Yes.
We started. Hello there, you
Oh,
people. Ha ha
hi.
ha. Hi. Hello, and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke.
And I'm Emily. Hello. You've joined us just in time. Oh, look at that. He even has it on his cup. Look at him. Look at him go.
Saucy.
You joined us just in time because we are doing the end, the final section of chapters from A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas.
Yes, and if this is the first time you've joined us, just know we've been doing this series, section by section, led by this one right here, the Smut Oracle, knowing all about the smut genre. I am just a dude, regular dude, just reading these books and having my way with them. And so, if you're enjoying them, please keep following along. We've really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed doing this. We are simulcasting on TikTok and on YouTube, and might move to Twitch also soon. So who knows? We might just keep adding things. However, if you want to support the channel, I have a membership. This one has an Instagram and a bunch of other stuff. Just Google the Smut Oracle. This is the only one. And then I'm at the kitchen couch. So without further ado, I'm going to let this person jump on the recap so we can get started.
Excellent. It's the final recaps, the final countdown for ACOWAR. So tonight we finish, and it is absolute chaos, followed by the emotional whiplash of the century. We pick right up where we left off. Elaine has just stabbed the King of Hybern in the neck. But unfortunately for everyone, that alone does not finish the job. It's Nesta who steps in and ends him, claiming the death she's been promising with that bony little finger of hers since the cauldron made her. Meanwhile, the battlefield is collapsing all around them, so Amren finally reveals her truth about what she's doing in her trickery, and it is the Suriel did not tell her how to nullify the cauldron, but how to release herself. So she goes on and does that and goes full power mode and essentially unmakes herself in the process to tear through Hybern's army like the ancient biblical horror that she is. With Hybern dead and the army shattered, the next problem is the cauldron, because when she unmade that, she also unmade the cauldron. And that's really, really, really bad, and practically the only thing they've ever been told not to do. So that's not true. They get told shit all the time not to do it, and they do it anyway. And this is no other difference there. So Feyre and Rhys work together to repair it, but fixing the cauldron requires giving pieces of themselves back to it, and Feyre survives the exchange. Rhys does not. For a moment, it looks like the Night Court has won the war, only to lose its High Lord in the process. But in a mirror of what Feyre once received under the mountain, the other High Lords step forward and each give a kernel of their power, and Rhys comes back. With the war finally over, the survivors begin the long work of rebuilding. They start forging a new treaty between humans and Fae, something stronger than the one that failed before. Feyre and Rhys also make a new bargain of their own. If one of them dies, the other follows. Dramatic? Yes. On brand? Extremely. And after everything, the war, the losses, and the impossible odds, the story closes with something the characters haven't had in a very long time: a little bit of peace. Well earned for some, still uncertain for others. So these final chapters are Hybern finally getting what's coming to him, Amren unleashing her true terrifying self, Rhys dying and pulling the most dramatic resurrection in Prithian history, and the survivors trying to figure out what the world looks like after the war. So, Luke, are you ready?
Yeah, no one comes to the kitchen couch for the food. Big victory lap right here. Hey, we finished it. We did it. Hey, we did it. We did the thing, right? We did the thing. I love this. I can't wait to talk about this section, but I do want to say I got goosebumps from just celebrating just then about how we did the thing. We did it. We come to the end. Here's the deal about this. I was satisfied.
Yes.
I was also a little bit turned off by a few parts.
Yep.
But I was satisfied.
So you did make some comments the time before last about things you did not want to happen because you thought it'd be super lame, and some of those things did happen. So we've been waiting.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember those. So can you fill me in on the things that? Because listen, You know,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
P is for priceless, as it were. So, tell me about those things because I want to make sure that we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you are actually, this is one of those things that we've been talking about, how you're super annoying, because it's just something that you actually said two things accurately before they happened, which was in one of your prognostications, you thought that Amryn would be unmade, unleash herself, and she would basically be the thing that kills or like wins the war for
Yeah,
Hydra.
yeah.
So he pretty much like already claimed that before it happened. So okay. Then the thing that you were like, I think this is going to happen and I don't want it to happen because I think it would be really lame because we've already done it, is someone dying and then coming back to life again.
In the same way. Right.
In the
Yeah.
same way. Yeah. And you originally thought, oh, maybe Cassian, because we kept foretelling of his death. And then you were like, well, or maybe Rhys, but it can't be Rhys because he's like the most powerful, but maybe, I don't know, maybe. Anyway, you basically kind of guessed this happening before it happened. I, if you go back and watch that video, should actually win an Academy Award for my performance of not making any face whatsoever. There is zero reaction. I am stone cold in that. So thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so some of those things that you said, I really hope this doesn't happen, happened. So we've been waiting to hear.
So it didn't bother me so much. It didn't bother me so much any of those things happening because they felt earned.
Okay, good.
It is a very like Return of the Jedi Death Star situation. Like, oh, another Death Star, hilarious. This in 2024 we would criticize this, and even now I criticize it a little bit because it's a little lazy. But what isn't lazy is what happens at the end of the previous chapter, because our main character doesn't get the win.
Okay.
The win comes from the sisters, right? So it's and Rhys isn't involved at all, right? So other than being part of the battlefield, but he's not directly involved. So there are parts of this, there are parts of the ending of the finale of this book that I think are unique, interesting, and there are parts that, like you just said, those two things in particular that are egregiously simple. Running out of mana and being like, ugh. And then her freaking out and like basically saying, I'll rip through your brains with my mind powers to make you do it. I don't actually care. Kind of love that part. Actually, that was pretty dope. The Amryn thing. Okay. So, prior to Goku dying the second time at the end of the Cell games, the most infamous one of the most infamous deaths of all time happened in Yu Hakusho. So in Yu Hakusho, the main character is being trained. He's this young guy, 16 years old, but he's a prodigy fighter, blah, blah, blah. He's being trained by this little woman who is looking to pass on her skills and capabilities.
Yep.
And when in doing so, one of her things she gives is essentially her entire stored life energy as a reservoir to help the next person grow in their ability. Regardless, the very next episode, she goes to confront the evil bad guy who she has a history with, obviously, and is murdered.
Oh.
At the end of this whole position, the main character has an opportunity to wish her back to life, and he does, and she chooses not to come back to life. And then you find out at the end of the episode, she walks up to him and starts talking to him.
Oh, okay.
And obviously she doesn't have the same power she did before because she granted it to somebody else. However, that's very much like, if I asked Sarah J. Maas why you did this, like, did you watch this show?
Yeah.
I'm sure you watched it. I'm sure you took this from this. Like, I'm like 100% sure, because it's a unique trope, and it doesn't allow for there to be finality in sacrifice, which I don't like. It's very much the Marvel thing, right? If you don't see a Marvel character actually dead, then they're not actually dead.
Right.
So her not having powers anymore is a cool thing.
Right. Or they allude maybe different powers because now she's
Yeah.
she's fully Fey. So she will probably have some kind of power. We just don't know what that is yet. She
Yeah,
might not even know what that is
I'd
yet.
love to kind of know what's going on here because like Rhys like essentially was like, yeah, I pulled her from the underworld. It said,
Yeah.
hey, do you want to come back? Just not as you. And she was like, yeah, I guess I like you people.
Yeah.
So it'd be the joke about having to eat regular food. Kind of love that joke. I thought that was kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. But I had a chuckle. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I didn't love it. What I will say though is in going back to the passing on of the torch, the moment Nesta uses her powers,
Mm-hmm.
Amren's usefulness is diminished tremendously in the short
Okay.
term.
Okay. Well, it's like you kind of swap out one. You need like energy is neither created nor destroyed. It's just transferred in some ways. So like as Nesta is figuring out her stuff, and it seems to be kind of okay that Amren just becomes a regular gal.
It wouldn't have been super difficult for someone to say that Nesta becomes a leader in this city, in this territory,
Mm-hmm.
taking over a position akin to one of the ones that are, the Moors of the world or whatever. She might not be number 2, obviously, but because she is of a high, like she can basically shoot energy beams out of her hands, like she's essentially an anime character, and she might be the most powerful character in the book again now. I mean, she might be more powerful than Rhys. We don't know, but there's an opportunity for that to be a thing because she's a conduit to the cauldron, which is now, essentially not a part of the story anymore.
Right.
Or at least they've made an effort to say it's not a part of the story
Right.
anymore. So anyways, I've talked way too much about it. I'm so sorry. But,
no, you're all good. You're all good. So
but I didn't love her coming back. If they have more story to tell with Amren, great. If she like shares holidays with what is his name, Varian or whatever,
Varian.
I would love to see like little jokes about that going on. I think that'd be so cute.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to the Varian of it all because I kind of love that part.
The Rhys death, perfect. Like I said, totally earned. It's a little lazy for me, but it's not my story. So as long as it's earned, it doesn't matter to me. And then the final thing is Tamlin.
Yes.
So Tamlin telling her to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
As a man, that fully checks out.
Mm-hmm.
Because as much as I would love to live on spite,
mm-hmm.
most dudes don't live on spite. Like most dudes that I've ever met are like, oh, yeah, thinking back on it, you really love this dude for sure. Like, I don't want to be any part of this. And ideal, in a different world maybe, but like let's just move forward. I'll help you here. I didn't love that Rhys didn't gain part of their powers. I kind of hope he's lied to them. I wish he had gained a little bit of their powers, but seriously,
well, he might not he doesn't really need it.
Well, we talked about the rules changing, like oh, we're changing the rules right now, so that felt like a rule change, and then Amren coming back felt like a rule change, but it's not my story once again, so whatever. But then the meeting, Feyre really took for me a massive step forward as a leader in this like United Nations meeting that went down.
Yeah, when she's
I thought that was kind of cool.
We're calling a meeting. Get them.
This is
come on.
Well, if you have there's not a ton of propaganda in this story except for the King of Hybern. Like in the 3 books, the King of Hybern lives off propaganda. The war was started because of continued because of the war. This propaganda that his people were left to suffer. And it wasn't his fault. Right. But we don't see propaganda except for maybe a little bit in Baron for the rest of the time. Right, for anyone else. And so this conversation.
A little bit with the Illyrian warriors and a little bit with Kier.
Sure. Yeah. I'm with you, but I'm saying comparing it to like DC propaganda or the stuff that you see in like The Boys, which is overtly like pharmaceutical companies. That's what it reminds me of. Those commercials. It's like, this is gross. Take this off my TV right now. her having this United Nations meeting without all that like propaganda BS and then just being authentic.
Right.
I love that, because authenticity to me as a performer is the most difficult thing to accomplish and the easiest thing to see wrong, like
Right.
to notice when someone's not being authentic.
Right.
Like I'm just like, ew, stop that immediately. Like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah.
So I've talked way too much. I am so sorry. I thought this was a great ending. I give it an 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There, like I said, there's things I would improve on.
Yeah.
I would give in Rhys powers after a resurrection because I feel like he's earned it. I like extra powers.
Mhm.
I would have not had Amryn come back unless there's more story to tell.
Mhm.
And I would have left it on a slight cliffhanger. I
Yeah.
would have left the story with because to me it just feels like Return of the King, Return of the Jedi. It
Right.
feels like the end of the Cell games and Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Like,
Right. So
so
like for me, you can stop after reading this book and
Yeah.
feel like you have read the entire thing, because you pretty much, other than there's some things that like with Vasa we're not really sure what's going on there, and obviously we've left things in a way that sets up like Nesta's still real fucked up, right? Like, so there's still some threads hanging, but a lot of the major plot and issues and battle and war and all the bad things really that we've really been working towards resolution all resolved within this book.
Right.
So if you read it as a trilogy and you stop reading after that, you can feel satisfied, I think, at the end.
If we're talking about the hero's journey, because that is what's happened here,
right,
it's come to a conclusion.
right,
No, not a conclusion. It's come to a resolution.
right.
So it hasn't concluded because you can still add more story, and obviously there is more story to be told involving Feyre. But it's come to a resolution. You can stop right here. Anything additionally is like icing on a cake, right? Because you've got this great content.
Yes.
You've got 700 pages, 2 700-page books plus a 500-page book. So it's good content. Anyway.
And they had rumors. There's rumors. This is, again, we do not know. Don't come for me if this is wrong. But the rumor is book 6, because 6 and 7 are coming out, 6 in October, 7 in January. The rumor is that book 6 is about 350 pages. And book 7 is just shy of 1,000 pages.
Oh, right. Yeah. I read that too.
Mm-hmm. So now, question. You already know this one's next. Okay. Yeah. So A Frost and Starlight is the next one. And it is basically, it's not necessarily a novella because it's over 200 pages, but it is for Sarah J. Maas. When you're used to reading things like this seems like a little bit of a snack. So the question that I have for you is, do you want to go in totally blind to this, or do you want some sort of information about kind of how things are going to be set up going forward?
No, I'd like to go blind. And the reason being is I want the same experience that you had.
Okay. Got it.
But it won't be the same experiences because our reading capability prior to me reading this is vastly different. But I'd like the same experience. That I would like the intended fans experience. Yeah.
And then my question to you is, this book was basically 700 pages, 699. Is that the longest book you've ever read?
I mean, I got the Bible. So if we don't count the Bible.
Right.
Yeah, maybe. I've read the Harry Potter, the 7th Harry Potter book.
Yeah. Oh, that might be kind of close. I don't know.
That might be close. Yeah, let's just say yeah.
All right, cool. Well, if this is, then A Court of Silver Flames will usurp it.
I mean, it's sitting right over there holding my table down. So
right.
Yeah.
Because she's thick. Okay, that's a big one.
Oh! Final thing I want to say about this section, because we're going to jump into like the actual recap.
Right.
The final 2 parts,
Mm-hmm.
I have massive takeaways from that. So when we get to
Okay.
them, I do. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Little
So
tease there for the audience.
yes. Let's rewind. We now Elaine just shoved a knife through the King of Hybern's neck. And it hasn't killed him. He's still like
I imagine
so,
he has some sort of healing factor too. Let's not get weird
right,
about it.
right, for
Yeah,
sure. So we gotta end this guy for sure. We're tired of messing around. So Nesta is the one that wraps her hand around Truth Teller's obsidian hilt and twists and just and then like holds it aloft.
yeah. She does the thing we all want to do, which I love that that's in there.
Yeah, right.
No, I mean, let me rephrase. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
But the author to the fans and I mean the
Right.
intention is like, oh, you get to do the thing, right? Because we hate this guy. He's so chauvinistic and he talks shit to our friends and meh. And it's like, no, but that's fucking hilarious and awesome.
Right.
And I'm kind of sad he's gone. Rest in peace. Moment of silence.
Really? For the King of Hybern.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I know. He's
so
like
awesome.
He's one of your favorites. I was telling a girl at work yesterday. I was like, guess, because she has not been watching along, unfortunately. But I said, guess who Luke's favorite characters are. And I was like, I will give you $5 right now if you can guess Luke's top 3 favorite characters. And she didn't guess a single one of them.
No. No, I like people who talk with some gumption. Now I like people who speak with a little bit of pizzazz. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was it's a cool kill though. Like going back, it is a cool kill.
Yeah.
And I love, like, I could almost hear the head hit the ground.
Right. His eyes flare and his head tumbles off his shoulders.
I love that. Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
Oh, it says the king's blood sprayed her leathers and her face. Nesta didn't seem to care as she bent over. She took up his fallen head and lifted it in the air and stared at it into Hybern's dead eyes and his gaping mouth. She did not smile. She only stared and stared, savage, unyielding, brutal. So she's still that like weird alien kind of like unfeeling situation that we have. And so Nesta or Elaine whispers her name, and that's like she kind of clocks back in when that happens.
Vengeance.
Yes.
Yeah, that level of spite is something I've only felt a few times, and it's awesome.
Oh yeah,
it's a powerful feeling.
Okay.
Oh yeah, whenever I've been in situations where I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to change my entire life behavior in order to address whatever you just did to me. Yeah, I definitely have felt that before.
Nice. So, I don't know that I can say that I have to that extent.
It's an extremely powerful feeling. You're just like, oh, what you don't understand is I'm literally going to change my entire world around to beat you on this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Actually, I take that back. I've maybe felt that like one time in my life. To me, it felt like I like unzipped my skin and an alien took possession of my body, and I just about ate another human being alive.
That's
only happened about once.
That's different than what I'm talking about, but I love it. For me, it's like for like a decade and a half, I was just like, oh, you want to break up with me? Okay, good luck finding someone better. And I would never say it out loud, and I wouldn't parade it. But then I'd be like, the next time I saw them, be like, oh, what's up? And they're like, I'm like, yeah, I know.
Oh, baby girl. Oh,
every time, by the way, like I would rather be single and have those wins than be with someone I'm not supposed to be with. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. I mean, definitely.
This is how many fingers you need to count my habs.
Oh my God. Really, Luke?
2 hands.
Really, Luke?
That's the tip of the iceberg too, dog.
Luke.
See, I would never say that out loud, but then it's like, then you're just like,
don't say it out loud here either.
What do you mean? No, I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm telling you, there was a full-on 15 years there, and I'm pretty far past it, but there was like a full-on 15 years where I was just like, oh, you're going to get worse, and I'm not. I hope that's okay. I just laugh and then make my world better.
Oh man.
So yeah, I have felt that level of spite. I've never like ripped someone's head off physically, but
No.
no one
I'm
deserved it. No one I ever met has deserved it. So
glad you haven't, because you'd probably, not be with us at this moment.
maybe.
So, she kind of comes back into her body, and that's when Feyre also kind of just goes. She starts to like return back into her own consciousness as well. But we do like another like tour of our friends to see how they're doing. So we see
there's still
that,
an absolute war happening.
right, because no one knows that the King of Hybern has died. So it's not like he dies and then all of a sudden everyone stops fighting. Nay. Like, people are still going at it, and things are still not good for the home team. So you
like Helion's on the precipice of getting beat, which is hilarious. I did not think that was going to happen.
Yeah, bloodied, golden fur, singed and torn. Yeah,
and the guy he's fighting is just like breathing hard.
Yeah, and he
That's
was
about
like,
it.
his face was unmarred and unruffled, as if he knew he might very well win against Helion, the spell cleaver, today. So
I felt a little awkward. I felt bad for Helion right there, which I like. That was a moment I was just like, "Hi, Lord."
They all were just. Remember, they all also just like used all their mana before the fight, winnowing humans out of the way. So they all were starting from not a good place. So
I guess so. It just felt weird.
Yeah. So then we arc away again. We get to check on our girl Bryaxis, who's still fighting and holding the line for Grayson's men. And then Draken and Miriam are fighting Jurian. And it's like, boo-boos. We've already said that he's on our side. Can y'all chill out for a second? Like, we got other fish to fry right now.
That was a weird thing to put in the book. Like, that was strange not to have something like that to resolve later. Do you know what I mean? Like, we hate Jurian. Yeah, like earlier, it's like, okay, you hate Jurian, cool. And then you literally like, come on, so now twice we've seen this situation or heard of this situation, combined, and then we're not going to resolve that in this book. Like, we talked it out, or like there was some sort of like, hey, like Jurian is really super apologetic. He's fighting a 2-on-1. He's just a straight up human. Like,
we already told him. Like, we told them, oh, by the way, Jurian's here, and he's like on our side. By the way, like,
right?
They've already been told, and then they're still like, yeah, but
if he just happened to die on the battlefield, we wouldn't be sad about it.
Correct. So I mean, I get it. If you got really like a score to settle that's that big for that long,
sure,
I get how it would be really appealing to try to just like handle it in the melee of all of the craziness. I get that, but at the same time, we have things to do. Okay, so then we see Moore, who is fighting, blooding, and limping. Hybern, just the armies are overwhelming all of them, and then we finally get to see Rhys. And he's faltering and he needs help. And so then we're back into our body because Amryn is smacking us in the face. Yeah. She's like, snap out of it.
We have stuff to do. Girl, like, there's stuff happening.
Yeah, come on. So she's like, what the hell is happening? And she's like, well, the king is dead, because all that, she kind of fills him in on everything that just happened. Right. And she's like, but she's like, we have to do something to fight this and end this now. And she's like, I know, that's what I've been trying to smack you around for. Right. I need you to help me do this. And she says, basically, the answer to the book was not a spell of control. It was an unbinding spell for me. And she's like, what? You can't do that, because then you said you wouldn't remember who we are. And she's like, yeah, but I'll be fine. And then sweet baby angel Varian runs in and is like, don't do it. I love you. I don't want you to leave, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's actually kind of ridiculously cute and sweet, and I love it.
Yeah, it's such a girl thing. That was I reading it, I was like, oh, this is some girl bullshit right here.
Yeah, but I loved it. I ate it up. I ate it with a spoon.
Exactly.
And I would like, can I please have some more of that? I will have another helping. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love Varian. I hope that we get more Varian content in these books all the time. I love Varian.
I like the two of them together.
Yes, this little love story makes me so happy. Like,
Yes.
I love a golden retriever black cat situation. I just do, and it's scratching an itch for me. So, she says, I watched. She's talking about where she has been in the previous world. I watched, and the day I came here, it was the first selfish thing that I had ever done. For a long, long while, I thought it was punishment for disobeying my father's, with a capital F, orders for wanting. I thought this world was some hell he'd lock me into for disobedience, but maybe. I wonder if my father knew, if he saw how I watched them love and hate and build and open that rip in the world, not as a punishment, but as a gift. And so then we kind of turn all of this on its end, and Varian's like, Amren, I'm begging you. She says, tell the High Lord to leave out a cup for me. Aww.
Yeah.
So sweet. So adorable. Anyway, it says, when I'm free, do not run. It will just attract my attention.
Yeah. She's turning into the Ark of the Covenant at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yep. For sure. So she grabs her wrist and then swings herself into the cauldron. Like short little woman, like whoop, going for a little
dip.
Yeah.
It was hilarious to me. I was like, all right, we're doing a thing here. Very cool.
Yeah, but then she explodes from it, blinding light of fire, roaring, blah, blah, blah. Amren came down on them like a hammer, raining fire and brimstone. So there you go.
Yeah.
She swept through them, and basically she just like killed them all.
She just killed all of the Highburn people who were really only tricked into being there. Yeah, kind of terrible.
Happened. Yeah.
But at least
all of the armies, for sure.
At least Helion lived.
Right. Well, all of our people. Well, not all, but most of our guys are doing pretty fine.
Right. And so in doing this, it broke the cauldron. Right. Amren's dead or kind of gone, and then it broke the cauldron. It's laying there into 3 pieces. And
they unmade Amren, and it unmade the cauldron in the process. Yes.
That was a spell in the book. Correct.
And so it's leaking out like a void. So it's like they opened like a black hole.
Right, because the cauldron is not of this world.
Correct.
And then Feyre's like, I've got to find a way to close it. And then Rhys shows up behind her. He's like, I'll help. And then they start doing the Captain Planet thing, with their powers combined.
Yes, together, both of them. And he says, we're going to remake and reforge it anew. And she's like, with what power? And he's like, my own. You're drained, Rhys. So am I. We all are. Try, humor me. And then they do it. And he keeps whispering, I love you, to her, because he keeps her locked out.
Yeah, he knows what's happening.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay,
yeah, he knows what's going down.
Yeah. He keeps her locked out of his brain, so he can't see. She can't see what's going on, and he just drifts away.
He runs out of mana. And then he falls limp on the floor.
Yep. And so she says, like, oh, it was when. Okay, so talking about how she was told the story of the cauldron. This cauldron, and when it was held by female hands, all life flowed from it. So it's kind of like a nice parallel, because now she's a lady and she's having to remake it and put life back into it because it's leaking out into the universe.
Right.
And again, he says, I love you. She's able to do it. And she's like, we did it. But then she turns around to like celebrate, and he is dead.
He's dead as hell. She's also like leaning against him the entire time. Like they make a point to write about how she's like pushing against him in order to feel him.
Right.
Because she can't get into his mind. And then, he dead. And then we get to.
And there is no mating bond. It's gone. She can't feel it.
Rest in peace. Moment of silence. I would have been okay with him not being there.
Him dying?
Yeah.
Like for good?
Yeah. I know.
I don't think I would have.
I know.
I will say, like, the first time on the first read through this, sobbing hysterically.
Yeah.
Me.
Oh
Not
yeah.
this time. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, on the first read, this was rough. It was really rough.
Yeah, I can see that. You know what I was thinking about? I was like,
Hmm.
oh, if he's dead forever, where did his powers go? Like, I was actually thinking, like,
Right.
did they go to her because
Right.
she's bonded to him?
Right.
And I would have liked to have seen it, like her to wield
Well, she
all of
already
their
has like
powers, some of their powers, but his like monumental.
right
The girth of his powers is unbelievable. So
girth. Yeah.
I didn't do that this
No.
time. That wasn't mine. That wasn't me this time. It was that one.
Sometimes it is me. It's okay. Yes. So he passes on, unfortunately, but she says, nope, I am not okay with it. And so she starts just screaming, and honestly, me too on the first read. Like,
Yeah, she goes through the stages of grief like immediately. Like,
oh yeah.
and she's
Yeah.
like too bargaining immediately.
Yeah.
And then fucking they're all like, no, we're not going to do that.
You're like, he was such a good dude, but also he had way more power than all of us, and I'm not necessarily sure we want him back.
Oh, Baron was a bitch about it for sure.
Oh, for sure. Until Moore put that blade at his throat.
And then, well, Tarquin first was like, "Oh, do it!" Yeah, it's like you young dumbass. Of course you'll do it.
Of course.
And then everybody's like, "All right, if he's doing it, I'll do it." And then they get to Baron, and she's like, "Motherfucker, you better heal to what I'm doing here." And Baron's like, "Okay, fuck, I'd rather him than anybody else, I guess." And then does the thing, and then Pharaoh's like, "How do I do it?"
And teach him
like,
how.
And they take 20 minutes to do a little like a TED talk on how to do it. I can't imagine it's like easy. Like, it had to have taken some time. And she's just like, okay, yeah, the eye of the beholder is the thing and the chakras. And okay, I got it. Cool. And she does it. And then she's like, oh, Tamlin.
Yeah.
Where are you? And Tamlin kind of saunters up.
But there he is.
But
he is.
Not cocky.
No, it does say, okay, so it says he studies Rhys, lifeless before me, studied all of us, the palm still out. There was no kindness on his face, no mercy. Please was all I said to him. Then Tamlin glanced between us, me and my mate. His face did not change. Please, I wept. I will give you anything. And something shifted in his eyes at that, but not kindness. No emotion at all. So she's just like, at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like gone, desolate.
I thought it would be hilarious if he's like, I need you to spend 1 week and a month with me.
Oh my God.
That would have been awesome. I was thinking that too while reading. I was like,
yeah.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
But what I will say is, because he didn't do that, and when he finally is like, just be happy, Feyre, and then he drops his little kernel down, that to me, I'm like, that's the Tamlin redemption arc. Like, that's it. It's everything that we needed. And then later she ends up writing him a little letter that's like, hey, I really do hope that you're happy too. And then that's kind of like the end of it. There is resolution in that relationship and in that situation. That
was horrible, by the way. Fuck that. Take that out of the book. I hate it.
Like that?
No.
Like that? Okay.
Do not fucking write me a letter. I don't need a fucking... I already did the thing.
Okay.
Like, we're good. Do not fucking do that.
Okay, that's true. But that's probably a girl thing.
That's fucking bitch behavior.
I don't think it was like that. I really don't. I think it was like an acknowledgement, like a thank you.
Right. There's better ways to go about it, like building a relationship. Like that's not romantic.
We don't need a relationship with
Correct. Then don't send the fucking letter. Who cares?
Okay. All right.
It's like,
okay, fair.
Like if it's not a friends thing, then don't do it. Like that.
Okay.
now if you want to be like, hey, all the High Lords, let's meet for Christmas or the winter solstice or the summer solstice or whatever every single year
Right.
and start a new tradition, and I gotta start with Tamlin because I'm sure that motherfucker hates me a lot, then do it. That's awesome. Like
Okay.
that's the right way to go. Let's go ahead and plant those seeds just in case right there.
Sure.
Otherwise, sorry. That actually I was like, fuck you. Don't do that. Don't do
Okay.
that. It's fucking
But
rude.
see, this is why I love having these conversations with you, because I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh yeah, I probably would have wanted to thank him too.
No.
Um,
And this comes from the place. Like, I am friends with almost all of my exes.
I
Like, we
get
are
it.
still close, not
Right.
close, but we still know each other, and
Right.
I can still be like, hey, did you go and see Rent at ACT? And one of my exes was like, no, I didn't actually. It was sold out. Apparently, it's really good. Like, they answered like more or less immediately, so
Right.
it wasn't a problem. Like, there's no issues.
Right.
I'm just like, buddy, he
Mhm.
already said be happy. Like, this is you just wanting to get the last word. No one cares. Don't do that again.
I get it.
I was so frustrated. God, that made me so mad. I'm sorry.
I can see that. I will say, difference of perspective, and I'm glad that you were here to share that, because I didn't think anything of it. And I was like, oh, I probably would have done the same thing. So thank you, because like we just don't think the same way. Like
No.
it's just
Oh,
not.
we don't just think the don't say that. You got it.
Yeah,
You
we
got it.
don't.
We
Yeah,
just
you know
don't.
what I mean.
It's
We
not
just
that we
don't.
don't just think the same way. We really
Right.
don't think the same way. And that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I am 100% against the whole I'm going to get the last word in here and it's going to make me feel better about myself. It's a little
Mhm.
selfish to be right with you. It's like, what are you sending me a letter for? I already told you to
I
be
get it.
happy. Go on and be happy. Like, we run into each
I
other in
get
the
it.
future, we're good.
I get it. I get it. So anyway, Reese PC comes back to life, and we're doing all right. He says, "You'll be pleased to know my power remains my own. There's no thieving there." And then he says, "Stay with the High Lord." He murmured, because he heard her basically
Yeah. He did the thing. Yeah,
yeah,
that
he
she
did
did.
the thing.
It's kind
Yeah,
of awesome.
yeah. So, and there's another surprise.
Oh
He
yeah.
literally says, "There's another surprise. Someone fish out dear Amryn before she catches a cold."
So during during your TED talk for like 20 minutes while you were learning how to use my power, I was talking to Amber,
Amryn and I
and
were chilling.
she was like, I kind of want to come back, but I don't think they'll let me with my
Mm.
old powers.
Yeah.
And Reese was like,
Mm.
well, we would love for you to come. And she was like, I would love to come too, but like, I won't have, like, I'm not going to be able to like blink people out of existence. And
Right.
Reese was like, yeah, you don't have to. Like, we can just
Mhm.
hang out and do
Mhm.
cool shit like we were doing before. And she was like, wait, really? Like, you liked me like that? And he was like, yeah, Amryn, you're kind of cool. And
Mhm.
she was like, okay, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah, but it was I do think that a lot of it was because of Varian. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh
I
yeah,
do
for
think
sure.
a lot. Yeah. So, because she's like, this whole time I've been watching Humans and going, ugh, why do you do this? Like, y'all are so stupid to fall in love. And she's
Yeah,
like, and maybe that wasn't a gift to me too, because I knew you. It's like very, very like wicked of the situation, right?
right,
Like, for
right.
good. I knew you, and now I understand. It's changed my perspective. What a gift to get to
What a
love you.
gift.
What a gift to get to love you. So when we bring her back, around, she opens her eyes. Varian lets out a choked sound of relief and joy. She says, and I knew what she had given up to come back. High Fae, and just that. For her silver eyes were solid, unmoving, no smoke, no burning mist, a normal life, no trace of her powers to be seen. And to me, I'm like, oh, she gets to live a normal life. That's like all she's ever wanted and could never have.
Also, she gets an opportunity to train Nesta for real.
Yeah, for real, for real. So I'm sure there will be more of that. If you know, if Nesta ever gets done wallowing. So
I think she'll be okay.
so that takes us to 78, which is basically just rebuilding, seeing all the stuff, kind of going to, she leaves Rhys and then goes and they have like a little bit of a funeral moment for her father.
Oh yeah, that was cute.
Yep. And so we bring back the words that she heard Tamlin say over the Blue Fairy in like the first book, and kind of does like a last rites prayer situation for her dad. That part did like get me a little bit. And then we get a reunion with Lucian. So Lucian comes back after the funeral service and basically is like, I got a hell of a story for you to tell you about where I've been. And also
but
like
Elaine's standing there too. Like,
right. Well, first
still
he's like, number one, he's like, are you okay?
yeah, are there
But,
fireworks? Are
yeah.
there fireworks here? I want to see
Right.
if there are fireworks here.
Right.
And Elaine's like actually kind of okay with it for the first
Yeah.
time. She's kind of
Right.
chill about it. She's kind of like, oh, Lucian is here, and he is not terrible to look at. Like, you can kind of sense it.
Yeah. A faint smile blooms on her lips.
Yeah.
What? She never smiles. But Lucian noticed, and then she's like, he says, I'm sorry for your loss, for all of you. And so she's like, she's not ready to hug him or really kind of, you know, give any sort of comfort physically. So Feyre's like, you need a hug. I'm going to give you a hug. Come here, buddy.
Their bromance is beautiful.
They are. I do love their friendship. I genuinely do love their friendship.
Genuinely love their friendship.
I really do. Yeah,
like,
me too.
Like, if you're Feyre, I'm your Lucian.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah.
I do think that's true. And so I love it. I love that they get to have this moment. And so he basically gets to tell her about Vasa and how they met and what's going on. And it says, okay, so says your father, ever the negotiator, he managed to cut a deal with Vasa's keeper to come here temporarily. But so he's talking about Cache.
Yeah.
He says, but Lucian doesn't know it's Cache. Remember, like that happened like after he
sure
left. After he left.
No, so he says there's a lot of weird shit happening here.
Correct. There's like this is where there's stuff that we are gonna have to continue to figure out as we go. Yeah. So cut a deal with Vasa's keeper to come here temporarily, but better than nothing. So she's a queen by night, firebird by day.
Awesome.
So there we go. Nasty curse. Human queens are still out there, but not for long if Vasa has anything to say about it. And she's like, you sound like an acolyte. So she's like, you sound like you kind of have the hots for this Vasa person.
And he's like, nah.
And he's like, he blushes and then glances at Elaine because he's like, oh, I mean, I do kind of have a talent crush on her. I do. Because she's kind of awesome.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Listen, as a
dude.
Yeah. I've got crushes on women that I'm not physically attracted to.
For sure.
Like, and I'm just like, dude, they are so cool. Like, I would love to just sit at a bar and have a drink with that person.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. I have talent crushes on all types of human all the time, constantly.
Yeah, that's why when I read this, I didn't think at all about it being romantic.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No,
like it sounds like Feyre's like, what, buddy, why are you crushing on this chick right now in front of Elaine?
Well, she is kind of, because she's like, you sound like an acolyte. Like, you sound like she's a goddess that you are worshiping at this moment. Like, that's like what an acolyte kind of is. So,
well, I took it as like a religious follower.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she says, he says, well, she's got a foul temper and a fouler mouth. You'll get along just fine.
Absolute dog.
I'm like, yeah. Okay, Vasa, I'm ready to see more of you.
Absolutely.
If that's how we're coming in being described, yes, thank you. I'm
1,000%.
Mm-hmm. So she leaves some time to let them have a little bit of a moment. He says, yeah, well, you know, what's going on? Elaine's like, well, where are you going to stay? And he's like, I guess I'm going to stay here to help for a little while. And then I don't know. And then Elaine's like, well, you could come back with us to Velaris. And he's like, it would be my pleasure. So he finally gets like
adorable,
a little bit of a bit of hope, right?
Adorable. Well, like he's going to go on like a journey.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a journeyman kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
But having the homestead in the Night Court
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool thing.
Yeah. And I love Lucian. I just want him to be happy. I'm so sick of him not being happy because he deserves it. I love him.
And he's gonna
Um,
become the High Lord of the Day Corps. So
I mean, first he has to figure out who his daddy is, though.
I think he'll figure it out once his daddy gets unalived.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it'll just fall to him, and
Well,
he's just going to be like, "What the actual?" Yeah.
what? And now all of a sudden I'm really flirty. I
What?
don't understand.
Why am I jacked right now?
No, I hope that doesn't happen. I hope nothing happens to Helion. I love him.
I
He's
mean,
such a fun
he's pretty
guy.
fun. He's a pretty fun
He's,
character.
yeah, yeah. So now we get to have a conversation with Miriam. And then we find out that Nefel is also there somewhere too. And they're like, how do you know about her?
Got me
cute.
through training.
Yeah, it's a cute little situation that happens.
Got me through training.
But he says, okay, where is he? Draken shrugged. Oh, Jurian, where is he? After we didn't kill him, I have no idea where he slithered off to. He's with the Grayson's men seeing to the wounded. And so they have like a conversation about Jurian. And it's like, are we still on this? Yes, we still are. We are still on this. And then he says, she's like, oh, by the way, this is where she starts to like step up into leadership. So she says, question, I need to hear your full story and I want to hear that at some point, but right now I just need to know, is your island still super secret? Do people still not know about it? And they're like, yeah, our bad. And she's like, good, great, excellent, because I have something that I need to disappear, and it's this cauldron, because we need to put it somewhere that ain't nobody gonna find it.
Right. We need to make this agreement immediately. Like this
Yes.
is like
Yes.
we need like this is a world-ending mechanism.
Yes. And so she's like, great, I'm glad you're still here because I need to call a meeting. So Feyre calls a meeting of everybody, all the High Lords, the humans, anybody that needs a voice in this new world, and she calls them to a meeting. And they all sit down a day later. Go ahead.
Keep going. You're doing your thing.
They all like sit down to basically say like, hey, we need to have a conversation about what happens now. And we see Eris, who's finally showed back up again.
He's
After
a little fucked
fight.
up. He's a little fucked up, but he's okay.
He did, bruised and cut up enough to indicate that he must have been in a really bad shape, because he was barely healed at that point. And Moore was like, I was like, okay, yeah, I know what that feels like. I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
I get it.
I'm glad you got fucked up right here. Like we got fucked up, but I'm gled you were part of it too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
But soon perhaps Eris would finally take what he desired and call in our debt. But as he strode by, I could have sworn there was something like sadness, like regret, as he glanced to Lucian. So I'm like, interesting. What are we doing there? Then Timmy Tam comes in and they have like a little bit of a moment because Tamlin sees Lucian. Lucian's in his full Illyrian leathers. And he's like, cool. Got it. So I guess that's that then.
Yeah. And you're just like, dude, Tamlin, just go home for a hot second. Like shit will be fine in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, for sure. So then we get the humans, and then we have Vasa, and we see Vasa and we interact with her as a person instead of just talking about her. She becomes a real person that talks to Feyre, and she's the last person to arrive. She storms over, breathless and faltering, pauses just a foot away, and she's like, hey, are you Feyre Cursebreaker? She's like, yes, I am. She's like, cool. I'm cursed, bitch. What are you gonna do about it?
And she's like, Feyre's like, oh,
I got other problems, but thanks for coming. We'll get to that. You want to come inside?
This is so interesting that I'm gonna have to think about it.
Right. And they even make a mention to be like, yes, she's a queen, but maybe she doesn't understand that also so am I. And you're kind of ordering me around.
She's the queen, though. Vasa is the queen.
Mm-hmm.
She reminds me of a 90s grunge lead singer.
Okay.
There's something about how she talks that reminds me of like Evanescence or Paramore. There's something
Oh
about
yeah.
that kind of like, they're not 90s, but you get it. Like
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
that like loud, that very specific pitch. That, like if she
Mhm.
was wearing cut off jeans, like cut up jeans
Yeah.
and a flannel
Yeah.
shirt, I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
and that, what do you call it? The
Like,
wolf, like she has the wolf haircut. Is that what it's
yeah,
called? The wolf haircut?
but, like, I'm gonna say dyed like Hayley Williams from Paramore, like that bright orange, 'cause, I mean, she keeps being referred to as, like, a Firebird and all this stuff, right? Like,
Yeah,
so
something like
in the
that.
in that
Or
situation, yeah, then I'll
or Rogue from X-Men, like that kind of haircut, and you're just like,
right.
man, you're a fucking weird cat. And she's like, yeah, I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah, for sure. So I do think we might possibly be setting something up in the future for like a Nesta versus Vasa kind of thing, because she walks right up to Nesta, whoo, kicks her while she's down, doesn't quite realize it, but she says, I heard you slew the king of Hybern. And then Nesta just doesn't say anything. And she says, talking about her dad, and says, he was a better father to me than my own. I owe much to him, and I will honor his memory as long as I live. And she's like, well, I'm so glad that my piece of shit dad that never did a damn thing for me or my family until showing up right at the very end to sacrifice himself so that saints get made of us all in death. I'm so glad that he was great to you because he was not quite a father to us. So I feel like we've definitely set up some
right. You can't just say read
future
the room.
situation.
You can't just say
Right.
read the room. I do kind of wish the dear old daddy would have been like, yeah, so I was a fucking horrible dad to these three girls, so maybe don't bring it up.
Right.
Maybe
Right.
just don't
But
say
pride.
anything about it. You know,
Pride. We're
Like-
not going to do that.
like they're not going to take, like they're only going to take it well that I'm here because I
Mhm.
brought the whole
An
bag.
entire army. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like in
for
boats and shit.
True. So anyhow, she says, I don't have much time left before I must return to the lake to him. So it's like, who is he? And then that's when she's like, so can you just break my curse or what? And she's like, yeah, I don't know. We'll get to that. So she steps up. They all go into the meeting. She's like, hey, this is my story. And then she makes Miriam and Draken tell their story. And then they all just have like Festivus. And they just like say all the things, the reason why they hate each other out loud.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, you've got a point, and we don't have time for that point, but I hear it.
So, couple of things. Number one, it's interesting, and I've not said this yet, but
Okay.
I've thought it a bunch of times. It's very interesting to read geopolitical politics where there isn't an air of Judeo-Christian theology
Right.
at any point.
Right.
So Feyre can literally just stand up and be like, I was born a poor white girl and talk about like, and then I slew a wolf with an ash arrow, and it was one of 3 arrows that I had left. And
Right.
that led me down this path. And then they can all be like, oh, that tracks because it definitely is the kind of thing that happens in Prythian. Cool. And then, the two of them step up and they do their same thing. And there's a few more times. And then you've got the people who are part of the meeting who will just reiterate what other people have said and think they contributed, which is every corporate meeting that I've ever been in. Also, just shut the fuck up. You don't have to contribute. Like, it's not.
When there's questions and answers and it's like, hey, does anyone have a question? You don't have to have a question or a comment. You don't have to.
Yeah. Like, you're already getting paid. You don't have to contribute. You're not going to not get paid if you don't contribute.
Because guess what? If the people have done a good enough job of explaining it from the beginning to the point where there is literally nothing to ask, don't waste everyone's time asking stupid questions.
What I see a lot is people who are sitting and they literally will reiterate what somebody else says, maybe make it a little differently, and then be like, and so I totally agree. Instead of being like, yeah, I echo their person's sentiments.
Yes.
Let's
done. Button it. Let's go.
Yeah. Do you hear that, Jessica? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Just yapping the entire
Yep.
time, dude.
I'm
Anyway,
going to call that a Kyle on our end. Okay, Kyle, we hear you.
I got a lot of words for it.
So as we go on, they basically do have kind of this is what happened, this is blah blah blah. So afterwards she's kind of checking in and she's like, so what are we going to do now? And she asked Jurian, and he says, well, Queen Vasa offered me a place within her court. Indeed, Vasa still remained inside, chatting with Lucian animatedly. I suppose that if she only had until dawn before turning back into that firebird, she wanted to make every minute count. Lucian surprisingly was chuckling, his shoulders loose and his head angled while he listened. And then she's like, oh, right, I'm talking to Jurian.
Yeah.
Are you going to accept or what's going on? So everyone just kind of goes off to their own little corners, and everybody seems to be doing okay except for Nesta, who is very clearly not doing too hot.
Yeah, she's gone through some shit.
Mm-hmm.
She awakened her powers.
Yep.
She committed murder.
Yep.
Maybe the most cold-blooded murder that there was in the battle so far that we know about.
Right. But like possessed almost in some way when she did it. Yep.
She watched her father get his neck snapped right in front of him.
Right.
You know what it reminded me of that scene in the Avengers, the third Avengers movie, not Endgame, but Infinity War, where Thor watches his brother get his neck snapped by Thanos at the very beginning, and you're the audience, you're just like, oh shit, it's serious right now. This is no joke.
Yep.
It reminded me of that a little bit too, now that I think about it.
Yep.
She's been through a lot. Oh, she watched Cassian get his ass kicked now twice.
Yep.
By this same dude.
Yep. So she says, when the cauldron broken, I didn't know if it had broken that power in her too, severed its bond, or if it still lives somewhere within her. So we don't know what's going on with that situation.
Okay. So if you were like a leader in this world, or had any influence with Nesta whatsoever, how would you help her resolve these issues?
You broke up a little bit, so I'm gonna have to ask you to repeat that. You said if you were what with Nesta?
If you had some influence with Nesta, how would you help her resolve whatever's going on with her?
Oh, Nesta needs some therapy. Nesta needs therapy hard. I mean, all of them do, but it's real bad for her.
Let's say you can't be like...
She seems to be the worst.
Let's say you don't have therapy.
Therapy is not an option.
Yeah. Most people would just assume therapy is not an option. So yeah, therapy is not an option. Let's assume there's no therapy. What would you do with Nesta at the end of the story? If you had any influence with her whatsoever?
I'd probably just be like, hey girl, you want to hang out in a library? You want to just like become one of the folks in the library in the House of Wind and just like chill out and rest a little bit? Because like you don't want to talk to anybody, and we don't necessarily think you're fit for public consumption either. So do you want to just take a turn in the library and see if some of those ladies can help you? Because we don't know how to help you.
I for sure would give her something hard to do.
Okay.
Like let her accomplish something on her own that has no negative repercussions.
Oh yeah. Like this is your like get up and make your bed in the morning kind of
something more important than that. But yes.
Yeah,
something that has some importance that she can like take a hold of and take ownership of, but not like,
right.
Yeah, that's what I like. If I was the Rhys of the world who was just like, hey, you can stay here.
Right.
We love you, but
your ass got to work.
We want to spend time with you when you're happy.
Right.
So we've also got some stuff that needs to be done. Would you mind doing this stuff?
Right. That's what we did with Feyre, and it worked. So yeah. Good point. Yes, we could totally do that. So Rhys saunters down the hall with his hands in his pockets. Again, I caught it. I've never really caught it until you started making such a big deal.
Happens all the time too.
All the time, but I just never really clocked it to be as much as it is.
It's
anyway,
all the time.
We already talked about the Tamlin notes. We don't need to talk about it again. And then we move into a different POV. So chapter 81 is Rhysand's POV. So he's basically like, it's a couple weeks have passed by, and he's standing having a stiff drink, staring out the window, and Asriel and Cassian come in to be like, "You okay, buddy?" Because he's struggling a little bit as well, because he almost lost it all, right? And so he's
he did
waxing. Yes, he's waxing poetic about his mate and about Feyre and how she's there and laughing, and everybody's kind of like, okay. And that's kind of the whole point of this chapter.
Okay, so what's weird about this chapter? Number one, it completely changed my thought on him being the bad guy in the story.
Cool.
Because this POV kind of proves that he's not being conniving. He's not being like, oh, I finally found this girl who is my mate, who I'm going to put in a position to help me be more successful. That's not anywhere in this point of the story. No. I thought it was so I don't have that. I mean, it's still going to be in my brain. So if he starts doing weird shit again, I'm going to be like, but that kind of proves that that's not the case. The one thing I love about this section is the boys being boys. I love a boys being boys moment.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't love is every single person I've talked to, and I've talked to 4 or 5, I think, who've died and been resuscitated. Mm-hmm. They all have like the same common thing moving forward, and that's that they know they're on borrowed time. Mm-hmm. And none of that comes through in this chapter. And it kind of bothered me when I was reading it.
Yeah. So
because that might be because I've only talked to dudes who have been in that situation where I've been like, hey, so what are your they're like, hey, we're so thankful for whatever we have because we're on borrowed time here.
Yeah. I think that
in their world it has only happened 3 times. So and he happens to be one of the 3 or 4 times.
Yes.
So,
yes. I
thought that was kind of weird.
I think you put a pin in it.
Okay, fair point. So that was my feelings towards that chapter. I like a different POV. I know you've hinted at like either in this book or in the other book, the POV changes quite a bit, like quite often. So I like it. It's interesting.
Yeah.
As long as the characters are kind of dramatically different. One of the things I don't like is Rhys is so similar to Feyre and how it's written. It leans towards they're incompatible, right? They're not different enough for them to be compatible in my monkey brain. So it might be a writing thing, it might be a me thing. But that's how, I mean, if you want to ask like what I really think, that's what I really think.
Yeah.
So I look forward to seeing.
Yeah. Well, it's not the last we shall see of Rhys and Feyre. So we immediately flip back to Feyre's POV in 82.
Yeah.
So they're on the roof, and then she comes out flirty flirt in all of that red lacy lingerie that they've been teasing each other with for so long.
Yeah.
So she goes to the store and she gets the lingerie set that he put in her brain when she ran into the staircase in the second book. And she wears it for him, and they like have a cute little moment. And then he basically tells her like, oh, by the way, like I heard you when I was gone, like when I was in the other place and all of that. So they kind of like talk about it, and they both had that like near death experience. And it was kind of the same, but not, right? So she says, I heard you even in death. It made me look back, made me stay a little longer. And then he says, Feyre says, when it's time to go there, we go together. And he says, it's a bargain. And she says, yes, it is. And then she gets her tattoo back, the cool ass bargain tattoo. He's like, I kind of missed it. And then he has a matching one on his. So now she's got tattoos on both because she gets her like original bargain tattoo back plus her High Lady tattoo on the other arm.
Right. So if he gets taken out during some diplomatic trip to Alderaan, Star Wars reference, she just dies.
Yeah. So I will say it's sweet, and it is incredibly short-sighted.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's adorable. It's so cute. Like this is girl shit right here. This is girl shit right here.
I love the tattoo, by the way. I love the tattoo itself. I think it's really cute. I'm like, but you're immortals. Like, what if happens in
But
280 years?
also, y'all are so fucking stupid. What are you doing?
What if you birth a son who hates you both for whatever reason and just decides to off Rhys? Like, because Baron might have that issue in the next book. We don't know. So
Right.
I just,
So, yeah. So anyway, they make that bargain. It happens, and then she's like copycat, and then he says, "Sweet Bryaxis has vanished. Do you know what that means?" And she's like, "I gotta go hunt him back down and put her back in the library." He's like, "Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you
you do.
have to go find her, go get her, and put her back in the library."
You can't allow a force of nature to just wander over the planet.
No, you release that monster. Now you have to go get it and put it back in its cage, baby girl.
Pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
So then they basically were like, okay, cool. They go fly around. They have a cute little thing. And we end it on a moment of like hope and happiness and all the things. So some resolution, some peace, no major cliffhanger in this book.
Yeah, which I'm sad about. Okay, so I think this is the best one. I think this is better than the middle one. I think the middle one has better moments, but I think this is the best one.
Did I not tell you that I thought this would be your favorite one?
Yeah, you did. It is essentially Return of the Jedi, though. Yeah. Like the beat by beat Return of the Jedi stuff is crazy. Like even when Luke goes to Yoda and is like, "You are a Jedi, but you have faced your father." And I'm like, oh, that's just her getting taught to fly by Azrael. Or the moment, speaking of flying, the moment when she goes and saves Elaine, that's just Luke on the planet or the moon, Endor. And he's walking around and he's like, I shouldn't be here. I should go. And then he just goes and confronts his own father. Like, that's the beginning of it's like, come on, dog.
Yeah, I feel
this
you.
Is just Return of the Jedi, but I don't hate it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is what you said. It is the hero's journey. Like, so much of it is just point for point. That's just how great stories like this are written. That's how it happens.
It's even awesome that the first story is the way it is, the Beauty and the Beast story, because A New Hope is totally different from Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. They are different stories. And so the second one, even her starting off like on Tatooine and then having to leave Tatooine, it's like, oh, we're doing a Tatooine moment right here. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So then the next one goes to this book.
A Court of Frost and Starlight.
Yes. So this one, let me check the publishing date of when it came out. So this was first published in 2018. And this one was 2017. And then this one was 2018. And this was really just a snack that was released to hold off the folks in between the two. Now, there was a big gap in between this one and the next one. So the big orange one was released in 2021.
Oh, we had you people waiting, huh?
Yes. So this was supposed to be like the peace offering to try to tide you over.
But it's been since 2021 for the next one.
2021 was is Court of Silver Flames, the big one.
That's what I'm saying. The next one comes out in 2026. So
the next one comes out in 2026. There are some things that happen in another series that you should probably read first before we get to October.
Okay.
So
cool. Yeah. Let's figure out what the next section is, because I'm going to go ahead and make a thumbnail for this and we can talk about it.
Great. So for this, I've sectioned it off, and if we do it in our normal cadence where it's like 40 to 50 pages, then there would be 5 sections to this one. Are you feeling good with that, or are you feeling ambitious and do you want to read more?
Let's do whatever you think is right.
Okay, so you can decide afterwards, but for this first section, we will do chapters 1 through 4.
Great.
So that'll be our normal. It's 44 pages.
Perfect.
So 1 through 4. And then after that, you can kind of get like a little bit of a taste for what's going on in here. You can let me know if you want to read a little bit more than the 40 to 50 pages to get this done even sooner. If not, 5 sections it is.
Great. We'll figure it out. Let's talk about when we can do this again. So
Okay.
when I can't do Monday,
Okay.
because I'm going to go see Project Hail Mary in 70mm, which is going
Right.
to be fucking awesome.
Yes, yes, yes.
I actually, 2 clowns sold their seats or got refunds of their seats in the very middle, in the middle row in this massive theater. So I'm going to get to sit in the middle row in a massive theater. I'm pretty excited about it.
Nice.
Yeah. So I can't do Monday. I can do tomorrow night. I can do Tuesday.
I can't do that. So it's going to be Tuesday, probably,
cool.
or Wednesday. Tuesday or Wednesday. Thursday, the Smut Oracle has her own book club in person. Yes. And if you are a local person to the area, there's a local book club with me, with the Smut Oracle, on Thursday the 19th. So
fantastic. We'll be pimping that too. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think let's plan for
Tuesday, Wednesday.
for Tuesday. Let's pencil in for Tuesday because I might warp drive through this. I might finish reading it this evening. I read those last pages of that last book.
Yeah.
The morning after we finished,
yeah,
I woke up at 5 a.m. and then went back to sleep at 6:30.
You're like, I just want to read this real quick. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that is exactly how that went down.
Yeah. Actually, well, I respect it. I respect it. You needed to know what happened. So
we're doing our thing. We're doing our thing. Okay. If you like this content, please
like and subscribe.
Check us out on all of the social medias. We're going to be doing some cool shit recently in the future. And we'll catch you later. So better taters.